What's up, Say Squad? You already know who it is. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. You already know if you want to be a part of my squad, all you have to do is like and share this video, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you can know when your girl uploads. Of course, you can tell by the title that today I'm going to be giving y'all quick tips about what helped me in my breastfeeding journey. I'm still on my breastfeeding journey, but what helped me from beginning up to now and things like that, you know, from one mama to the next, from one mama to the next soon-to-be mama, or if you plan on having kids one day and you want to breastfeed, this is why I'm here. I'm here to help y'all, you know, so y'all ain't got to go through the things I went through in the past, okay? All right, let's get into it. All right, so y'all know that I could talk for years, right? But I'm gonna keep it real quick, real simple, real easy for y'all to remember, okay? So tip number 1, supply and demand is everything, okay? Supply and demand just basically means exactly what it says. In order for your breast to supply the milk for your baby, they need to know that your baby is demanding it. So a lot of times when you're first when you have a newborn, they go through a phase called cluster feeding, and they go through it again at like 3 months, I think, too, when they hit that growth spurt. But a lot of times when you're cluster feeding, you feed your baby like every 30 minutes. I'm going to be honest, it is exhausting, but if I can do it, so can you. So with that, like I said, with supply and demand, is basically as your baby wants the breast, give your baby the breast. I don't care if your baby just ate at 1 o'clock and they want to eat again at 2 o'clock. Let them. Sometimes babies just want comfort, but regardless of it all, your breast is still going to feel like, oh no, the human needs to eat. We need to feed the human. So it's all about supply and demand. Number 1, supply and demand. Again, the best way to think about it is the more your baby latches on and is sucking the milk out, the more your breast is going to feel like, oh no, we need to fill up before the baby gets hungry again. Number 2, also, now this is for my people, now this is mainly for my women who's exclusively breastfeeding, or if you're doing breastfeeding and formula, because you can do both. As far as exclusively pumping, it pretty much applies the same. The advice I gave just now is the same thing for pumping. I lied. It's the same thing for pumping. Pumping is the same. Like, make sure you're pumping like every 2 to 3 hours because you want to make sure you keep your supply up. That's why I don't exclusively pump. I applaud anybody who goes exclusively pump, because you got to be on that schedule. At least with latching on, I just pop on there, pop off. You know what I'm saying? I think the hardest part about pumping for me was making sure that the material was clean every time. Like, I did not enjoy having to wash 18 pump pieces every time. So I was like, you know what? I'm not using it no more. I'm gonna just let her latch on. And I use a haka, but we'll get to that later. I'm trying to stay on topic because y'all know I start getting excited and start talking about all kinds of stuff. All right, so we got supply and demand. Y'all got that in a wrap. Number 2, make sure this doesn't increase your breast milk, but make sure that you still take your prenatals. I take you can't even see this, but I take the Nature Made prenatal. It has folic acid and DHA, which is good for the baby's eyes. I was taking these prenatals when I was pregnant, and the lactician was like, keep taking it because you're still giving your baby vitamins through your breast. So I was like, well, why not? So I take that every day, along with vitamin D and vitamin C, only because it's cold outside and stuff. And I mean, why not? I mean, it's beneficial. Also, when you are exclusively breastfeeding or exclusively pumping, your doctor may tell you, or she may not tell you, to start giving your baby a vitamin D, but consult with your doctor first. I still take my vitamins. I take the prenatal, so I don't take a regular multivitamin. I take my vitamin D and my vitamin C. That's it. Number 3, make sure that you are eating and staying hydrated. I always tell people, even at my clients with fitness, I always say, make sure that you're drinking at least half your body weight of water in ounces. So if you weigh 160 pounds, you want to make sure that you're drinking at least, you want to make sure you're drinking at least 80 ounces of water a day or more. For me, with breastfeeding, I just think drink to thirst. So every session that I breastfeed Shiloh, I just try and drink a whole bottle of water. after or during, make sure you have some water by you. Even if you got to get the little sugar-free 0-calorie packets, make sure you drink your water. I'm telling you, the worst thing you can do, my biggest mistake with breastfeeding was going a long time without drinking water and without eating. Y'all would get the worst headaches, and I would be so like irritated, like, oh my God. So make sure that you are eating. Eat as much as you need to, but make sure you keep it on the healthy balance. Be balanced. Don't eat a whole piece by yourself. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, if you're eating, I don't know, turkey ground, add a little extra scoop in there for your baby. If you think about it like that, as liquid is going out, you need to put liquid back in. So you need to drink your water, and you're actually burning calories while pumping and breastfeeding. So you need to, you know, put that nourishment back into your body. And of course, you want to eat, you know, beneficial foods, because your baby is getting what you're putting in. So that doesn't mean you have to eat strictly greens, but you want to, you know, you don't want to eat too much pork and eat too much sugar. You know, you want to try and keep it as balanced as possible. Do you, but make sure you're doing you and thinking about your baby at the same time. Number 4, make sure that you keep your stress levels down. Relax. When you're breastfeeding, I've learned, like, I'm still teaching myself this. Like, sometimes when I'm breastfeeding, I get tempted to, like, you know, social media, get on my phone, and sometimes it can get a little overwhelming. So what I'm trying to start doing now is when I breastfeed, I try and just like lean back, close my eyes, and just like relax. You know what I'm saying? Don't fall asleep, but like just relax myself. You know, sometimes I still get on my phone sometimes, but when I feel myself getting a little overwhelmed, I'm like, okay, put the phone down and just get somewhere where it's quiet, real chill. You know what I mean? Get you some snacks, get you some water, and just chill. If you got a baby like mine, as soon as she hear that snack bag rattling, she pop off the chest. So make sure if you do have some snacks and you got a baby like mine, you keep it discreet so that she doesn't get distracted. Okay. Number 5, do not compare yourself to the next breastfeeding mama. Okay. I had that bad in the beginning. I would compare myself to that one because she was producing this much milk. She was producing that much milk and blah, blah, blah. But I learned that your breast is going to produce what your baby needs. Okay. Don't compare. Do not compare. Do not compare. I want to say this is number 6. I think so. Skin to skin really helps. Make sure that whenever, especially in the beginning stages, like as she gets older or he gets older, I mean, skin to skin is hit or miss, but especially in the newborn stage, do skin to skin. And it's really a bonding. Even if you're not a breastfeeding mom, I feel like skin to skin is just so intimate with your baby, and they don't stay that small for long, you know? Yeah, man, my baby is 6 months already, and I'm just like, wow, I remember when you came home, and look at you. Oh my God. I think the last one was number 6, so we're just gonna say this number 7. Number 7, invest in a haka. So the way that this goes, let's just pretend this is the breast, okay? This prenatal bottle. So the way the haka goes, you're gonna bend it back like this, boom. You press it against your chest, boom. And once it's suctioned, you squeeze it like this, press it on your chest, let it go, and once it's suctioned on, you flap this over like that. So it should be like that, and it's going to squeeze. Sometimes when it's squeezing and suction, it may have a little dent, but that dent is going to go out as time prevails. So as your baby is sucking on the right boob, you will put this on your left. So basically what happens is whenever your breast lets down, which means that's when the milk is coming out, you won't be wasting milk. My shirt used to be soaking wet, and I'm like, man, that probably was like 2 ounces of milk. And it was, because every time I use my haka, I always get at least 1 to 2 ounces of milk. So I definitely would invest in this if I were you. It's like $10, $12 with taxes on Amazon. So if you got Amazon Prime, child, if you order it today, it's gonna come in like 2 days. But I definitely recommend having one of these, y'all. Like, I don't even have, thank God, I don't even pump no more. Like, I use this, and it has helped my stash to build up a whole lot. So I definitely recommend getting one of those. Number 8, Oats Body Armor, and Oats Body Armor, those and fenugreek. Y'all, I don't take the fenugreek capsules, but I remember when I did take when I did drink the what is it called, the mom's milk, something like that. I took that for a little while. It was like a tea. When I was trying to get my production up in the beginning, y'all. But oatmeal, body armor, and fenugreek. If you can find fenugreek in a capsule, cool. Consult your child's pediatrician first and a lactation doctor before you take that though. But I know for sure that it does help a lot, because fenugreek is a lactation type of herb Like it is a natural herb that just helps with producing milk. But if your doctor tells you no, or you just don't want to mess with that, for sure, oatmeal, child, whether it's oatmeal cookies, oatmeal. If you're trying to stay on the healthier side, I would do the lactation oatmeal cookies, or I would just do oatmeal period with like some stevia or like some honey, stuff like that, if you want to keep it healthy. And also, like I said, Body Armor, they have the low calorie Body Armor, which is sugar free. Okay, or it has like 2 grams of sugar in it. I don't know, baby, let me tell you something. Not only does it help you stay hydrated, but it also helps with my production too. I need to go to Sam's this week so I can get some. But anyways, that, and also I found that drinking Fairlife protein shakes help my production too, because I mean, protein, that makes sense. It's a protein drink, so it's a meal supplement. So yeah, y'all, so make sure y'all get that. Also, another quick tip, make sure if you don't like to pump like myself, that you are making sure that you empty out your breast. Your breast is never really empty, but make sure you empty out. So if your baby just finished sucking, what you would do is you would just massage down, and you would just squeeze, and you would just let the milk come out, and you just keep doing it till you get tired. I do it till my finger cramp up, but that's another good way to also build up your stash, and it's also another way to give your breast that sign like, oh no, the baby needs more food, the human needs more food. So that's another good way, so make sure that you're doing that too. And last but certainly not least, remember that you are a champion, whether you exclusively breastfeed, whether you exclusively pump, whether you have to cocktail breast milk with formula, whether you have to take lactation supplements because you just don't produce enough, not enough, because whatever you produce, I don't care if it's an ounce, that is more than enough, because you are more than enough. I don't care if you only produce 1 ounce and your baby needs 4 ounces, so you gotta do 1 ounce of breast milk and 3 ounces of formula. You still giving your baby that breast milk, and you still doing what you gotta do as a mama. And even if you're not giving your baby breast milk at all, you only doing straight formula, you still doing a fed baby is the best baby. Okay, as long as your baby is happy, satisfied, and full and growing, baby, you are doing a wonderful job. Okay, so that's my last tip, is just to remember that you are a queen regardless of if your baby is getting breast milk or formula. Don't stress, your baby's gonna be fine. Look at us, we turned out just fine. Praise God, amen. And just trust God, trust the process, enjoy the process. Because let me tell you something, when Shiloh was getting up every hour, I used to be like, oh, I can't wait till Shiloh sleep all through the night. And now my baby is 6 months, not knowing that I was wishing that she would hurry up and sleep throughout the night, but I was also rushing her growing up. And now I'm like, okay, I ain't saying that no more, because it's like, I'll be looking at the babies on TikTok that still do the little newborn scrunch. You know what I'm saying? When they toot their little booty up. And I'm like, Shiloh don't even do it no more. She just stretch out now. And I'm like, oh, I remember we used to do this little scrunch thing, but it's all good. But anyways, I pray that this video was really enlightening for y'all, and I just like to make things easier for others. As I learn, I like to share and help others as well. So if y'all have any more questions, I mean, I wouldn't call myself a professional mama or a professional breastfeeder, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, who is a professional mama? I feel like, you know what, scratch that, we are professional mamas, because we are doing it the way we do it. So yes, I am a professional mama. But all jokes aside though, I mean, I wouldn't consider myself a lactation consultant, but I can only give y'all what works for me and what I learned, you know, along the way. So I pray that this video helped. Remember to keep God first, love yourself, and let's get this money. Love y'all.